Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 9, Episode 2 of the Game of Thrones. We are playing a Lannister always repays his debts episode. We just wrapped up Episode 1, just clearing off some of the tokens from that episode. And we will jump right into Episode 2. Some of the initial highlights are just some light troop movement. We've got Pike moving into Seaguard. We've got the Starks moving from Winterfell into Moat Cailin. We've got House Aaron moving to the Mountains of the Moon and also moving into the Narrow Sea. Lannisters moving into Riverrun and Harrenhal. And we've got Dragonstone moving into the Kingswood. And actually Storm's End conquered by the House Martell. So we will jump into round number 2. First up, we move our clock up to round 2. We grab our first Dragon Strength token for the game. And we're going to advance our Iron Bank to include a secondary Faceless Men card. We can take loans from the Iron Bank if we wish to. And let's jump into round 2. But first, quick shout out from our sponsor, Pontus Fathom Press. We've got a bookstore link down in the description. You guys can go check out the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries. This is podcast volume 4. We've got a podcast channel too from our bookstore channel called Pontus Fathom Press. This is decoding the dragon symbol and myth and the occult tradition. Go check out our bookstore. Lots of things there. We've got the Catu Journals of Lovecraft's Providence. We've got Alchemy and Anthroposophy and the Dune Saga. You can also check out our channel for A Song of Ice and Fire, miniature painting and gameplay. We've been going through Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon this season. Lots of gameplay with Conan by Monolith, Joan of Arc, War of the Rings, and Game of Thrones. So go check it out. Like and subscribe the video if you wish, and ring the bell if you want to get notified when some of the other content comes across. We appreciate your guys hooking us up. So let's go over to our round 2. We'll start out with the Westeros phase, and then we'll get our Essos phase. So we just turn our first round of cards over for Westeros, and then Essos phase. So let's go through our Westeros cards. First up, we've got a Throne of Blades. The holder of the Iron Throne token chooses one. Everyone updates their supply and then reconciles armies. Okay, let's do that. So the holder of the sword is House Greyjoy. Greyjoy has the sword, so a Throne of Blades. Let's go through house by house, starting out with Greyjoy. They have got barrel, barrel, barrel. That means they move up to 3 supply. Next up, we have House Tyrell. They have got barrel, barrel. They stay at 2. Next up, we've got Martell. They have got barrel, barrel, 2 as well. They stay where they are. Next up, we've got House Aaron. They've got barrel and barrel. They move up to 2 from 1. Next up, we've got Stark. They've got 1. They stay at 1. Next up is Baratheon. Baratheon has moved into the Kingswood. They have 2. They remain as 2. Next up is Lannister. Lannister has 2, 3. So they're also going to move up to 3. And finally, Targaryen. Targaryen has... Oh, let's leave one of the Targaryen tokens. I forgot to do that last round. We'll leave a token on there. So they have 1, 2, 3. Targaryen moves up to 3 as well. Oh, we have Targaryen at 4. Why did I move Targaryen to 4? Did I use the wrong token? Martell is 1. Lannister's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Targaryen should be at 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. So that's going to do it for our supply. No need to reconcile armies anymore. I think we're all under the limit here. Next card, we've got Winter is Coming. Shuffle the deck and draw a new card. So we'll go ahead and shuffle the deck. We'll cut the deck and we'll pull a card out. And we get Game of Thrones. Each player collects 1 power token for each power icon in the areas he controls. So let's go ahead and grab those power tokens. We've got Lannister has 1, 2. Next up, we've got Tyrell has 1 power token for Tyrell. Next up, we've got Aaron. They've got 1. Next up, we've got Targaryen. They have 1, 2 power tokens. Next up, we have Stark. They have 1. Next up, we have Baratheon. They have 1 as well. And lastly, Greyjoy. They have 1 as well. Okay, so we've got the Game of Thrones being played out from our Westeros phase. Let's go to our last and third card. We've got Reigns of Autumn. March +1 orders cannot be played during this game. Okay, and then finally our Essos phase. It says Fire Made Flesh. The Targaryen player may choose either destroy 1 dragon to move any dragon strafe token from the round track to the dragon track. No. Place a destroyed dragon in their home area if able. May either. We don't have to do either. But we do get to claim the reach. So in the reach, we're going to reach out with our Targaryen loyalty tokens. And in the reach, there's now a Targaryen token that can be reclaimed for a victory point by House Targaryen. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for our Westeros and Essos phases. We do get to advance the Wilding track to level 2. So Wilding track, we got the Wilding token here. Moving into Station 2, right off the board there. Okay, next up, let's go to our planning phase. And we will begin with our House Lannister. So House Lannister, let's go ahead and I think we're going to have Lannister. Why not? Let's have Lannister attacking Greyjoy at the Sea Guard. We can't play a +1, but our Lannister player can play a neutral token. So let's go ahead and find that. We'll just play a normal attack token. Add a -1 and a +1. Yeah, just a 0 token here. So we'll have them play that. We'll also have a raid order on Harrenhal. And we will have a ship movement. Play this thing -1, I guess, for the Golden Sound. You can have an attack there as well. Okay, Golden Sound, we'll just have to move that down 1. Okay, for Golden Sound. So our Lannister play is in place. Let's go and check out our other characters, our other houses. We'll go to just, we'll go to Greyjoy next. Greyjoy will go ahead with, let's have them also play a, we'll have them consolidate there. Let's have them do a raid. I'll actually have them do a cannot play a +1, so they can play a, I know this attack is coming probably, so let's have them do that, and then we'll have a -1 here. So Greyjoy. Next up, we've got House Stark. Stark will go ahead and they will also play an attack on Greyjoy. Let's see what they can do here. Actually, put this here for them. We'll have a -1 moving here, and we'll have a +0 here. So we'll have the Starks going on offensive against Greyjoy. Next up, we've got House Aaron in the Vale. Let's have them go forward with a attack on Heron Hall, and we'll have the here, and we'll have a cannot play +1, so we'll do another raid order here. For House Aaron, we'll go to Baratheon. Baratheon will go ahead and try to do an attack. Instead of playing +1, we'll have to find the 0 attack for the march order. They will march into King's Landing. They'll also play a defense order here. Actually, a defense order like that. I think there's a defense from the sea, actually, we have to play. So if they have the sea attack, they can have this improve the attack for their attack on King's Harbor. Oh, actually, they're not in that space. Well, that's fine. Okay, so that's going to be Baratheon. Sunspear, they have Storm's End. Let's have them go ahead and attack the Boneway. They will attack the Boneway, so we'll give them an attack as well with the +0. Let's have them also move their fleet. Cannot play a +1. Let's have them use a sea defense as well to the Boneway. That's going to give them extra points to help them strengthen their attack from the sea. And I believe the last is Targaryen. Oh, and then also House Highgarden. So Targaryens will go and mount an attack on Pentos. So we will have the sea attack. This sea attack will be a defensive attack from the sea. So will bolster here, and we'll move these with a march order +0. And we'll also move, yeah, we can leave it at that for now. Let's just move this as a -1. And then we'll also have a land attack backup from this one, from the strength of the dragon. Okay, so that'll be that for Targaryen. And then finally we've got Tyrell. House Tyrell. Let's have them move to Blackwater. They'll do a raid, and they'll also do a Dornish March. Okay, so we've got all of our orders played. Let's move to our reveal orders now. So we're just going to do a full reveal. Looks like we're going to have an attack between River Run and Seaguard, Lannister versus Greyjoy. Looks like we'll have an attack between Stark and Greyjoy. Looks like we'll have a raid from House Aaron against the Baratheons. Baratheons will be attacking King's Landing, going for the castle with the strength backup. We've got Dorne also going into the Boneway, and we've got Highgarden going into the Blackwater. So let's start out with House Lannister. Lannister's got +1 going against +1 in Seaguard. So it's River Run versus Seaguard. The Battle of River Run versus Seaguard. Let's grab a Lannister card. And we'll have it here. Lannister card. And then let's grab a Greyjoy card. Greyjoy does get +1. Their sword, we'll just grab the card that we get here. Okay, so we both have +0. Lannisters have Gregor Clegane. The Greyjoys have Balin Greyjoy. So we've got 3, and 3 is 6 versus 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a victory for House Lannister. Gregor Clegane claims 3 swords, so it's a massacre there. And we're going to move our troops forward. We'll leave a token in River Run, clean up the board, and we'll move on to our next combat. So decisive defeat for Greyjoy, Lannister victory there. Let's go ahead to House Stark. House Stark will attack from Moat Cailin into the Greywater Watch. So House Stark gets the Blackfish. And House Greyjoy gets Euron Greyjoy. So that's 4 + 1, 5, 6 versus 3, 4. It also says you do not take casualties in this combat from house liabilities. So we don't take a casualty and we're going to lose. So they're going to retreat back to Winterfell and Euron Greyjoy's troops win. Oh, one thing I forgot to play is I forgot to do the raid orders quickly. So Stark will raid House Arryn, and this raid order is moot. And these Targaryens, I didn't reveal them yet, so that's fine. Okay, next up we've got a battle between House Dragonstone. Sorry, House Baratheon in Dragonstone. Sorry, in the Kingswood. They are going to march on King's Landing with 4, plus they're going to get their Baratheon hero. They need to beat 5, and they've got to play a card as a result. So they'll play Brienne of Tarth. Brienne of Tarth is 2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 5. They take King's Landing. And so now King's Landing belongs to the Baratheons. So we'll clear that out. That was Brienne of Tarth versus the Battle of King's Landing. Brienne of Tarth victorious there for the Baratheons. Let's put a Baratheon token on the Kingswood. They still own that. We can leave the King's Landing there. And next up, we will move House Tyrell into the Blackwater. We'll also throw a token down in the Reach. And then lastly, we will have the House Arryn, Mountains on the Moon, will attack Harrenhal with the... Oh, but we had a raid order in Harrenhal. That means we deplete their attack. So actually, we put a raid order on the Lannister here. That depletes the Mountains of the Moon combat, so they have been diffused. And then finally, we will do a combat. We'll do a combat into. Well, we got Storms. Actually, we have House Martell going to Storms. To the Boneway. We will leave a token from House Martell on the Boneway. On Storm's End. We leave a token on Storm's End for the Martell. They have to beat 3. They get to play a card. And they have Arianne and Martell. They beat that with 4-1. So this now goes to House Martell. So another victory for House Martell. And finally, Pentos versus Bravos, we're going to move these troops in. They're +1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus backup 6, plus backup 7, 8. So we have 8 versus, actually, yeah, 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 8, yeah. Sorry, 8 minus 1 is 7. So 7 versus 5. We take Bravos, and now Bravos goes to House Targaryen. And we will go ahead and claim some coins for houses Aaron. We've got power token for House Baratheon. That's not Baratheon, for House Greyjoy, and a power token for House Tyrell. And that is going to do it for round number 2. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in round number 3. Take care. Bye-bye.